Welcome again to another episode of
Sparkcast.
Sparkcast.
Oh, come on, Sammy. I mean, Thomas. Get it right. I'm Sean.
Thomas.
Alita Sammy.
Now I want to call myself Sean 1 because I'm the only one.
Because you're a fan of Leader 1?
Yeah, the mini-con from Transformers Armada.
No, you mean Leader 1 from GoBots.
God, this isn't a GoBots podcast.
I'm going to take over this podcast.
No, the GoBots should go away, okay? So
Yes.
Uh,
On that note, today we're talking about the Transformers coloring book, the Decepticon Patrol.
Yep, and once again, it is also written by Dwight John Zimmerman. You guys want to read to us the artists?
Yeah. So the first artist, Charles Nicholas, real name Chuck Quadira Cicada, he wrote Autobot's Secret Weapon we reviewed a while ago, and he also did 2 coloring books and 1 of the sticker books. He's most known for creating the Blue Beetle, which he sold the rights to for some extra money. He worked at Timely, later Marvel Comics. He did some War Comics, Captain America, Human Torch, the Android one, All Winter Squad, and Miss America. He did an adaptation of the Diary of Anne Frank in Star Wars. Interesting, since the artist on the other coloring book did the art for the next 2 Star Wars movie comic adaptations. In the 80s, he worked on Cracked Magazine and the Incredible Hulk Sunday comic strips before passing away in 1985. That's really depressing.
What? He had a nice, fully active life for 40, 50 years.
That's true, but dang. He couldn't even see the Transformers actually be something.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was 85, so it would have been after they've gotten exploded.
I guess that's a year. Yeah, all right, yeah. Charles Nicholas was also a pseudonym used by 3 other people, including Jack Kirby, that was used to make sure artists couldn't claim they owned any rights to their art since the name was a company name. It's odd that he would still be using this rather than his real name 40 years later. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. Thomas?
The second artist is Phil Lord. This is comic book artist David Philip Lord. He used the name Phil Lord when working on reprint books to touch up the art, so he's used his alias before. Worked at Marvel Comics, who published his coloring book when it was released in 1984, and he also worked on other Marvel coloring books. He did a lot of background and fill-in work in other comic books, including Transformers number 9, in which he was uncredited.
Huh. So we got somebody who did the frickin' Blue Beetle, and then we have this guy.
I actually had to search a lot for Phil Lord because he was only being used as Phil Lord, and I had to look at other comic websites to connect him.
Wow.
Maybe this was used as some kind of training program. Partnered up a beginner with a journeyman.
It could have. I mean, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, when I mentioned the mention of the other 2 Star Wars movie coloring book, that was for the other coloring book that we couldn't review because the scans did not exist.
So yeah, this is issue 3 of this line of coloring books, right?
Yep.
Still exciting.
To read along as we go through this podcast, you can go to camphotree.net, camphotree.net, and go to the Transformers section, Coloring Books, Decepticon Patrol. And if we want to start again, who wants to introduce us to the squiggly-eyed, human-looking Transformer and the not Cyclonus before Cyclonus existed Helmet Man?
God, I have a lot of questions. I'll do it. Meet the mighty Autobots. Optimus Prime is the leader. Bumblebee, Mirage, Ratchet, and Super Strong Huffer are his friends. Who is who?
What? Who is...
Okay, I can see Bumblebee is on the right.
Alright, if you were listening to this, you have to look at the scans because nobody looks anything like they do in the cartoon. Oh, Ratchet. Is Ratchet in here? Yes,
yeah.
I got one. It's because he's got a red cross on his abdomen.
Oh, good.
Ha,
good. All right, so
down.
Who's Huffer, and then who's Mirage?
Okay, so Mirage
is on the left, right?
definitely has to be the guy that has the same car plate as the other Mirage. But who's that Cyclonus-looking guy? Is that
I
Bumblebee?
guess Huffer.
No, that's tougher. Yeah, since we pointed out everybody else.
I guess. I mean, Bumblebee's the guy with the because he's got the little pointy head. Maybe that's Bumblebee. All right.
I mean, I guess it's still hard to kind of point them out, but the art definitely looks a lot better than the previous book. I mean, Bumblebee looks like a Transformer finally.
Huh. Does that mean you never liked Bumblebee's original design?
In the coloring book.
Okay.
I don't like flat heads with a face painted on them.
Oh wait, we were wrong. Bumblebee was the guy we thought was Mirage.
No.
Look at the next page.
Yeah.
His googly eyes matched the guy in the first page.
His googly eye.
Oh, because his package art says that he has telescopic lenses to see from far away, so they made him googly eyes to represent his telescopic eyes from the character description on his toy.
Yeah, okay.
Bumblebee has telescopic eyes. He can see things very far away, including
that
a
deer.
deer. Yeah. I like how the deer looks like it's flying, but it's supposed to be... It's like walking on air, but it's really because he's zooming in on the deer in the distance, which isn't really noticeable at first because there's no lines or anything to indicate that.
Yeah, that's weird. Especially the way the clouds are shaped as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks like Bumblebee's car form. Thomas?
And like the other Autobots, he can change his identity. Bumblebee becomes a small car.
Hey, kept consistent with the last one. Sam?
The evil Decepticons can turn into weapons. Megatron is the leader. Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Laserbeak, and Ravage are all evil Decepticons. We got all 3 of the Seekers in this one.
Oh, yeah. And he's about to shoot a poor defenseless pipe.
Yeah.
That poor pipe's just trying to struggle to get oil from one end of the U.S. to the other without leaking and killing all the Native American sacred lands. So come on, Megatron.
Megatron's also so grumpy in this photo.
Got a different head plate than the last one. Oh my god.
His,
This is the day of the Decepticons, shouts Megatron.
So 2 things. Megatron's very happy. 2, Starscream looks worried. He's just like, oh,
really?
no.
I thought he just looked dumb-faced, and then Megatron's even happier to see everybody this time. With an even bigger crouch. God. Not a...
Cod piece?
Crotch trigger that's
crotch.
being hidden.
That's the word I was going for, you know.
Oh my god. It just keeps getting bigger every coloring book.
He just keeps getting more excited with all the death and
He's
destruction
really
he causes.
excited about the Day of the Decepticons.
Oh my god.
Patrol every inch of the Earth, says Megatron. Find a factory we can use to make an army of Decepticons. Why is he still obsessed with this factory plan?
Well, this was before he moved. He fought the Autobots all the time. So he thought, if he could just have a month off away from the Autobots to go construct something, everything would work out. But then he realized, since they encountered them every week, his factory idea just wasn't going to happen.
I don't buy it.
Sammy.
Yeah. Then we can smash the Autobots and rule the world, shouts Megatron.
And I guess the Seekers are going off to go look at the Earth. Oh, yeah. It's time for our first thing. Draw a line connecting the Autobot face with the car or truck identity. We did the first matchup. Well, first of all, there's no way to know because they haven't transformed yet. Nope, not on the first page. And since they don't match the cartoon or the toy I bought, nothing's gonna work.
Bumblebee's throwing me off.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to wear that face then if I ever go to a con with you there, Sammy.
Oh god.
I'm gonna construct it, paint it, and I'm just gonna wear it around.
It's so googly.
I'm gonna be like, I could always tell where you were, Sammy, because I have my telescopic lenses on.
I'll just continuously screech a Starscream. Speaking of Starscream.
Now it's the Decepticon matchup. Why does Skywarp look like he has a crown? It's like... At least all the Seekers look slightly different. So Starscream has a giant helmet. Skywarp's got a crown. and Thundercracker has, I don't know,
A radar disc or something.
He has the Optimus Prime plate in the forehead, but then an extra thing on top of it for no reason.
How do you figure out, like, how does that help anybody figure out what their jet form is?
Oh my god, that's right.
The jets, that's what I was looking at.
And also Laserbeak and Ravage. They are the same cassette tape.
Side A and side B.
What?
There is no way to tell the difference. I mean, they have... Wait, look at the cassettes. One has 2 holes. The other has 2 smaller claw marks with a middle thing and 2 side squares. So if you're looking for the details, you should know who this is by now. What kind of fan are you guys?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm right to wherever line I put.
They weren't even in the book up to now. I can't wait to see the answers to this. It is too peaceful today, says Optimus Prime. I bet the Decepticons are planning trouble.
Look at that cute deer.
Yeah, he's just stewing and just like looking off suspiciously of this deer, while he's wielding a gun. He just has it pulled out for no reason.
You know what I've never noticed before? Optimus Prime's stomach looks kind of like sound waves.
A little bit, yeah.
Not entirely.
Like his lower abdomen.
Yeah, but otherwise, I like the art on this one. Whoever draws Optimus Prime is doing that one pretty. Oh my god, Bumblebee, why? I'm sorry. No, I can't deal with it anymore. I thought it was acceptable, and then it's the more I got to know him, the more scared I got. The more I had to get out of this fast.
I love how he's googly eyes, and then what's his face next to him is just like nya, like the stupid like :3 face.
What 3 face?
:3, like the cat face thing.
Oh,
yep.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a little emoji, just
okay,
ASCII art kind of thing.
So what are they talking about, Sammy?
Mirage, Bumblebee, you two are our best spies, says the Optimus Prime. Find out what the Decepticons are doing.
He is really concerned about them.
You can count on us, Optimus Prime, says Bumblebee, with just a generic picture of them driving away. The previous one had just side profile googly-eyed Bumblebee, which was just ridiculous.
I hate it. It's gonna haunt my nightmares.
Oh my god. This image, the next image, you know what? Thomas, start with the description first.
Meanwhile, the Decepticon patrol is going everywhere. I see only ships, says the evil Skywarp as he searches the sea.
Okay, so in order to describe this picture, if you're not looking at it, this picture can be one of 2 things. There is a 3/4 angled ship in the water, leaving a trail behind it, inside a square. On the top of that square is a boat. Now, this can be viewed as the horizon, but there's no background of a sun. I mean, it could be the horizon simply because the giant image of Skywarp is in the top half of the thing. Or you could read it as him flying over the ship, and then the square inside is actually a transition into what he's seeing below him. Because there's really no way to tell what it's trying to do without...
I think it's just an odd portrayal, because I don't think it's a transition, because they haven't established that kind of style at all in any of these pages or in the previous book. I think it's just... They just decided to do like a top-down view.
But do you think
like picture-in-picture
Is that
thing.
supposed to be the horizon? This is really one
I think
picture?
that's the horizon, yeah. But instead of just a boat on top of waves, they just decided to just do a complete square.
You're overthinking this. This is a kid's coloring book.
I was thinking... I guess I was expecting
Well, it would
more.
be fun for the kids to color the waves of the ocean instead of just this line.
Or the sun, for the horizon. All right, continue, Sammy.
I see only rocks and snow and ice. Brr! These mountains are cold, shivers the Decepticon Thundercracker.
I wonder what Starscream's going to find. See, look, that's how you know the mix and match. Thundercracker has 2 lines on his wings.
This is silly.
Let's go back and put in the line, and then we'll look for how to fill out the other ones later. There are only satellites in space, says Starscream.
How'd you get there?
Wait.
Why do you think there are factories in space?
Was he looking for factories in space?
They're looking for factories, human factories to take over.
I thought
he's in space.
I thought
One of them is on the ocean looking for a factory. One of them is looking for a factory on top of a mountaintop. These guys are idiots, man. Do they not know what cities are?
Maybe they think this
Clearly
humans are
not.
trying to hide their advanced technology from them.
Oh no.
I wonder if these are real satellites that existed at the time.
No.
Because the top left one looks kind of familiar. But anyway, next we get to size-changing Ravage.
Growl. The jungle is full of plants and animals. No Autobots, growls Ravage.
So,
That elephant is very small.
yeah, I mean, is there some kind of perspective thing that we didn't that failed here?
So I could get wanting to make Ravage the focal point and just making him bigger, and then
You
the
could have
scenery.
chosen any other animal except for an elephant.
Yeah, because one, okay, I could get the point that the scenery is just a smaller thing, just shrink everything.
Wait,
But why are the weeds almost as big as the elephant?
go back to my original ship. Look at the line between Ravage, which is supposed to be the grass, and that elephant. These are two separate panels. There you go. Let's see if we can find more evidence of my crazy interpretation of this children's book.
Oh man. I hope I don't see a bunch of Autobots, says the cowardly Laserbeak.
Otherwise, I'd run away.
'Cause I'm a coward.
That's what my text says on the back of my action figure. Oh, oh no, screams Laserbeak. The Decepticons are doomed! And we get a close-up
Alright.
of Laserbeak's face, which is kind of hilarious, because you never really... It looks kind of dorky. Like, I don't know, maybe you're supposed to color it black to make it more evil.
Laserbeak's Connect the Dot Mystery, another game. What did Laserbeak see that scared him? Connect the dots and find out. Then write the name of what he saw in the line at the bottom of the page.
An automobile factory.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that automobiles are Autobots. Oh my god. The Autobots
All
beat
of them.
Megatron to his own plan.
Just an Autobot factory.
So, we have another scrambled message here from Laserbeak to Megatron, but he's so scared, sorry, Laserbeak is telling Megatron what he saw, but he's so scared he is mixing up his message. Unscramble the words to find out what he's saying.
See, now that one makes sense as a funny plot point for the puzzle to work, alright? It's the same with get them through the maze to get to the boat. Like, kind of makes sense.
Is this going to be a thing with these books where they're just like kind of casually increasing like their skill level involved? They're adding scene transitions and panels, and like the games actually have something to do with the story.
10 will act like the final coloring book will just be perfect.
They are making an Autobot
Army.
You did it. A Myar.
Myar. Laserbeak thought an automobile factory was an Autobot factory, says Bumblebee. We must tell Optimus Prime this, says Mirage, next to Laserbeak,
Googly
who's
eyes.
as big as Megatron.
Why is that worth telling to Optimus? I mean, do they just think he's that dumb, and that's why they're laughing, and they just got to share the joke with Optimus or something?
Why doesn't he just go out there and say, that's right, that's only one of our 25 factories across the world. You'll never defeat us, Megatron. You know,
Oh my god.
just use it to their advantage.
They could have.
This is a weird image, just probably never ever used in anything else. Laserbeak's mistake gives me an idea, says Optimus. We'll make a fake Autobot factory and trap the Decepticons. And this is a page where Optimus has idea bubble above his head.
A light bulb with a light
A
bulb.
light bulb.
Sammy.
Good. Optimus Prime tells Huffer to dig a big hole.
Okay.
Optimus Prime just watches him.
Yeah,
do
with his hands on his hips, no less. Like, doing good, son. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm here to supervise
you-
because I'm the leader.
And I don't actually get my hands dirty. Huh.
Look out, everyone, shouts Bumblebee. Here comes the Decepticon jets. He sees with his telescopic vision that looks, like radio waves instead of what it's meant to be.
Quick, Mirage. Make a mirage of a car factory over that big hole, says Optimus Prime.
A mirage is something that looks real, but isn't.
Thanks.
Why didn't they put that little footer in the previous one?
Because this is the first time the word is being used. Last time it was Mirage's name. There's a difference.
But they could have used that for a hologram. Maybe that's a big word. Instead of trick light.
Megatron told us to blast the Autobot factory to bits, says Starscream.
Yes, he told us to blow up the first one we saw, not this one that magically appeared out of nowhere.
Just destroy all of them, it's fine.
Yeah. How many have they been destroying before they got to this one?
All of them.
As the entire economy of the 1984 collapsed now, before they could even enact their plan.
Is that how we got the recession of the 80s?
Yep.
That will finish that factory for good.
The factory is still standing, shouts Megatron. He's there?
Yep, standing on a hill that wasn't there in the last two shots.
My energy cannon will turn that factory to ashes, says Megatron.
Starscream's secret message. Starscream has sent Megatron a secret message. Megatron has decoded the first word. Can you finish the rest of the message? Write it in the space at the bottom. But so funny.
My god, the message.
Oh, wait. Starscream has a printer built into his body because he printed out this secret message to give to Megatron on a piece of paper.
He dropped it from the sky like war propaganda or something.
Oh my god.
Factory not true.
Hurt. Which is... That's a
Like
sentence.
he just figured that out. Like he just...
It could have been... How hard would it have been for kids if it was Factory Invincible?
Or factory not destroyed? That sounds a lot more reasonable.
Yeah.
We'll wreck that factory with our bare hands, shouts the super angry Megatron. Attack.
Oh, now we get to see... Look what happened. They forgot to draw in the shoulder pads, thrusters on Skywarp over there on the left.
He didn't need them, it's fine. Growl, I smell an Autobot trick here, growls Ravage. I bet Mirage is behind this. Look, the smart one.
Growl, I was right, growls Ravage. Okay. I'll teach you to try and trick the Decepticons, Mirage. Alright, I'm a little confused. So, in the last coloring book, Hound used holograms. Now
Yeah.
Mirage is using Hound's powers in this book.
Yeah, he's supposed to make
Mirage
himself...
can only make himself invisible. But then again, one of the books we also read also attributed Mirage to doing something like this, I think.
Well, they don't have an excuse. They made the first issue, and one of those guys, the writer, wrote both of these books. So why would he get them? Why would he mix up their powers like that? Unless he thinks that both of them they both have hologram powers.
They're both the same character, it's fine.
At least Ravage remembers, and he's not fooled by this trick a second time.
Well, yeah, in fact, he should say, doesn't this remind me of Hound from the last book? Instead, nope, it's Mirage this time.
The factory was a fake, shouts Megatron. They were trying to trap us in that hole.
Because, Decepticons can't fly. Maybe if it had been spikes, molten lava.
Nah, just a hole.
Or Autobot and Decepticons' most feared enemy of all, ice lakes. Because, what happened to poor Skyfire. Just one crash into the ice, boom, dead.
Why do you keep bringing this up? He's my favorite, and yet Every time. He's just like, oh, hey, remember that he's dead because ice? And I'm like, you know what? He tried
Don't
his
worry.
best.
He won't stay dead for long. It's going to be okay.
Leader 1 never got crushed by a snowball.
We're bringing up GoBots again. Get your GoBots out of here.
Sammy?
Ratchet to the rescue. Ratchet must race through the maze and miss all the dangers so he can fix Mirage fast. Show him the right way to go. With Starscream just like as the holy messiah.
Is that a
What is
Transformer
happening?
doing limbo at the bottom right corner,
Oh, no,
or
that's-
are they broken?
No, that's Broken Mirage.
Oh, okay. Ravage beat him up that bad.
Who couldn't even take out, freaking Ravage. I mean, man. Yep, there he is now with his arm, bent. Have no fear, Ratchet's here, says Ratchet. I'll have you repaired in no time, Mirage. He's just sitting there with, all his joints. Did Ravage slash at all his joints?
Yes, specifically the joints.
This is hilarious. I actually like this idea. Thomas, what is it?
Dot to dot first aid. Ratchet's work is done. Connect all the dots to see what Mirage looks like now.
That is
So
actually
it's
pretty
kind of
cute.
like simulating putting Mirage back together.
Yeah. What were you saying, Sammy?
Oh no, that is a pretty cute idea.
Yeah. I was like, sometimes they surprise you in this coloring book, right?
Yay! This electrified net will short your circuits and stop you cold, Laserbeak, says Bumblebee. I'm so glad you can't see his googly eyes in this.
I don't know where that net came from, but I can't move, says Laserbeak, who crashes into the ground while, I guess, Bumblebee watches from the tree, only now in a complete, 180-degree turn perspective from the last page.
Surrender, Megatron, says Optimus Prime. Never, says Megatron.
Optimus just staying on a cliff looking down at, Megatron.
This next page is beautiful. No one can escape my grip, says Huffer. Don't crush us, says Starscream and Thundercracker. We surrender. He's just picking up two Seekers in his arms, above him, just yeah man,
And
I got
remember-
these two bros.
Remember, Brawn in the cartoon is the, smaller size of Bumblebee Autobot that was a worker
This is
bot.
Huffer. What?
What does Huffer do? Does he have strength hours?
He's he's strong, but he's not that strong. He always wants to get in the fight, even though he was never made for fighting. So he's always like, I'll take him. He doesn't know his own limits because he's half the size of a regular Transformer. Huffer's word maze. Huffer has hidden a bunch of words in the maze. Here is a list of words. Can you find them? We've circled one just for you. So yeah, you're supposed to look for 8 names and circle them in the crossword. That's it.
Yeah, so they
That's all
ran
you
out
know.
of relevant ideas to relate to the story.
Yeah, they have the word robot and Earth on here as possible choices to look for. Hey, I found Huffer.
Bumblebee and Robot.
I'll teach you to attack me from behind, says Mirage. Ouch, growls Ravage. Those electric balls really hurt.
Oh my god. So now Mirage has
Okay.
electric ball powers.
They just look like snowballs, too. Well, fireballs, actually.
Oh my god. I'm putting you two into orbit, says Optimus Prime. That will keep you out of trouble.
You won't be able to fly back down, even though you were in space earlier looking for factories.
It just throws Megatron and Starscream
You'll pay for this, Optimus Prime, says Megatron, already floating in space after being thrown by someone. I'm assuming Mirage.
Optimus just threw them.
Oh, okay. I saw him throw Starscream. I didn't know he was throwing Megatron, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of
God.
ridiculous.
The next time... Oh, it's your turn.
The next time we meet, the Decepticons will win and the Autobots will lose, says Megatron. Then Earth will be ours.
I glow. Cut to credits. Not
Starscream
really. We still
just
have witches
floating
with-
in the background.
Stars sparkling behind him.
What'd you say, Sammy?
Starscream just floating in the background.
Is he in the next page?
No, I wish he was.
Oh, okay. This isn't so over the top now after having played Transformers Devastation, where the final battle is Optimus and Megatron just fighting in space.
That's how you do. And
Yeah.
damn it, I want to play that game.
Have you played it before?
Now I want to.
Okay, I have it. So if you want to come over and play it and record it for an episode,
I mean, that'd be pretty neat, but I would just be screaming, like, why can't I play a Starscream?
You get to beat up Starscream.
Boo.
That's not great.
you can you can be what is it? You can be Wheeljack, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Grimlock, or Sideways. I
Woo!
don't know where Sideways came from on that roster, but he's there.
He there. We'll be ready, Megatron, says Optimus Prime. Anytime, anywhere, the Autobots will always protect Earth.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yay! We
No, we
We
forgot to
did
review
it.
the actual cover.
Oh. Oh, we can do that now.
The best thing about the cover is Optimus Prime is on the cover, and halfway in the background, Rumble, Megatron, and Thundercracker are aiming their guns at Optimus, but Optimus is not looking at them. He's looking to the right, 90 degrees away from them. Even his posture is that way. Like, he doesn't see the three of them and an army of Decepticons and a smoldering fiery wreckage off to his side view.
He has to stand in the perfect light to get all that shine happening.
Well, what'd you guys think of Decepticon Patrol?
That was the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a little bit better in some ways. Like, maybe
No.
from a technical aspect.
No.
But not as far as the story. The story seemed a lot worse, especially since it's kind of just rehashing a Megatron plot.
I don't understand why was there no art checks of any kind? Like, in the first story, you had a mix of cartoon and action figure models, as well as sometimes even box art models. The box art that didn't match the figure or the cartoon. And in this one, you don't even have any of those three. You have completely brand new Autobots and Optimus Prime. Like, where did they even get these designs?
So that's something it's still just confusing the hell out of me. Just the way that we've been jumping across all these different mediums and all these different products, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of, like, continuity between them at all, as if there was, like, no direction coming from the top. It was like, why do they not just care about their IP or have a singular vision? Like, how does all of this stuff just kind of go off in all kinds of directions? Like, how does it happen?
technically, like, the main basis of it being, like, good versus bad is there in all of them, and that's really all the higher ups wanted at that point in time. They were just like, we need a story to sell these toys because that's what sells toys. So they didn't, like, they set up a story, or they set up, like, they come from Cybertron and Decepticons versus Autobots. That's it. As long as you follow that structure, like, we really don't care what you do. Because I don't think they knew that it was going to take off this much, like, that we can still be talking about this 30 years later.
Did it ever get better? Like, maybe 5 years after this, did they try to, like, bring things in?
When I was looking up coloring books, I did found that there were Transformers Armada coloring books and some others. I don't know if there were others in between the other continuities. Maybe there's some Japanese coloring books from, the Beast Wars or the, Headmasters. But everything we've read, though, except for the Insecticons Choose Your Fate book, everything we've done in this podcast has been from 1984. So this was all trying to be pumped out at around the exact same time.
Yep.
Okay.
They had to do it before the GoBots.
Well, the GoBots were already here. The Autobots moved in and crushed them like the weaklings they were, and took over their territory.
But the way that they did that was through all of their, like, pushing it so hard. Like, GoBots was like,
Yeah.
Quality over quantity.
Well, the people also said it was all the fact that they all had personalities on the back. Description of the
that
toys
for
was
sure
something
helped.
relatively new at the time too. So even before the cartoon, you could just see a toy and go, "Oh, I know what type of person this is. I'll get this one that's interesting to me." Instead of just,
Yeah.
"Here's a robot." But I know that's just one of the many things. Having a cartoon tie-in probably helped. Of course, it
Yeah,
didn't
probably.
Of course, it didn't help the GoBots. Sorry.
This has become the GoBots crushing hour.
I don't think I'm going to make it to the next podcast.
All right, so the next podcast is Starscream's Teenage Diary.
Perfect.
He wishes he was a GoBot.
Dear Diary.
No!
I hate serving under Megatron.
No,
Leader One was always better.
He's like, Megatron was so mean to me today. I just tried my best, but every time I tried to do something, I helped the Autobots win. What has become of me? I just want to slash my wrists.
What are you doing? Do you want me to quit the podcast? You're making fun of the GoBots, and now you're talking about Starscream being a suicidal brat? Come on, man.
All he wants is Megatron's love.
That part is absolutely true, though.
And acceptance.
Mostly love.
No, I feel like he just wants to be leader and rule the world. He has no emotions. Except anger when people don't listen to his orders. So the next episode will be the top, 5 Starscream episodes.
Yeah, after we destroyed Thomas, we'll get back to you guys.
Gotta build him back up. We're gonna look for a factory in the ocean and try to put Thomas back together.
It'll be fine. Don't
All
worry.
you have to do is connect your dots. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of Sparkcast.
I didn't.
We'll see how many hosts we have when next time we return. This is Sean signing off.
This was Thomas signing off.
Sammy Jumper signing off.
See ya.